Welcome to the Boss Ladies Mindset channel, powered by Crown for Success, the largest women's empowerment network for soulful CEOs on social media. We are a coaching business that mentors and motivates women to reach their highest potential in business and mindset mastery. Each one of our episodes will share valuable tips, resources, interviews, and empowering information that will help boss ladies design a life and business they're crazy as fuck about.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Crown for Success and Boss Ladies Mindset YouTube channel. I am your host today, Imani Harris, and I am a mentor and strategist to creative female entrepreneurs to help them to be in alignment and intentional in creating a life and business that they love. And I am also a regional vice president here at Crown for Success. Now, with everything that is going on, I thought that it would be good to discuss a very important topic: having hope amidst chaos. Having hope amidst chaos. With everything that is going on right now, with the pandemic, with the racial inequality, with the protests, with all that is going on, it can be very hard to be able to unplug from all that we are watching, all that we are reading, all that we are seeing and experiencing ourselves, to still remain calm, to remain at peace, and to have hope amidst everything that is happening. You might even be having personal issues yourself, even before all of this happened, that is keeping you cluttered and stuck as to what your next steps are. You may be thinking, Imani, I don't want to hear anything about hope because there is no hope with my situation. You don't understand what I'm going through. You don't know where I have been. You have not seen what I have seen. And to be honest with you, that is probably true. But I can say that there are my own struggles, my own issues, my own circumstances that can feel just as heavy, just as painful, and just as hurtful to not only have endured, but to also overcome. I recently shared about motherhood and what it was like for me, having 2 children at 11 years old due to a rape, and to not be able to raise them, and just the animosity that was felt because I wasn't your typical mom. I didn't raise my children. And just how painful it can be to endure that through your whole life, and to see how others treat you in such a desolate and sad way, because so often we don't know what to say, we don't know what to do, or we just simply do not want to handle it. You may right now not have a job because of the pandemic. You may not be able to work because of the looting and the protests. You may have a loved one, or you may have been sick or recovering from the virus yourself. You could be at odds and at a crossroads of, if your job does return, do you even want to go back to it? What can you do now? How are your kids going to recover when it is time to go back into the classroom face to face, when that time comes? How are relationships now going to be shifted and pivoted once more, once things seemingly go back to some type of normal, knowing that it's not going to go back to the normal we used to know? So how can we find hope, to have hope, to keep hope, to keep pressing on, pressing forward when it seems like everything is just falling around us, that is in complete chaos, distractions, and hindrances? Well, I want to share with you 3 tips on how to find hope in the midst of chaos. Number 1, gratitude. Every day, every moment should reflect on gratitude, because unfortunately, we're all going to be talking negative. We're going to see negative on the news and on social media. We're going to hear about all of the despair, because guess what? That is what's popular right now, because in human nature, we like drama. We're not into the positive, the positive voices, the positive encouragement, the positive motivation, the positive empowerment, the positiveness of helping one another unified instead of single individual affronts. But when we use gratitude, when we start the day fresh, thinking of what is all going right, instead of just focusing on all that is going wrong, it helps to shift the perspective. It helps to shift the conversation. It helps to shift your mind to a better place. Because each day is an option on how we are going to endure it. And that is, are we going to, one, let life's circumstances, issues, hindrances, and situations run us over and drag us through our life so that we are just merely surviving through each day? Or are we going to choose to rule life ourselves, to have the power in our hands, in our hearts, and in our minds of how the day is going to be? And when you start the day with gratitude, man, it sets the tone for the rest of the day. Even if you do see the negative reports, even if you do see something on your friend's Facebook feed, even if you happen to be scrolling and you find a Google article, it's not going to impact you the same, because that gratitude is like a barrier. It is like a boundary that keeps you from shifting too far left or too far right of what is going on. So if you're not already having a gratitude journal, start one today. Start with 3 things that you are grateful for each and every day. You have breath of life. You have your family. If you're like me, you still have your job. You have your health. You have a roof over your head. You have a car to drive. You have a great circle of friends, and on and on and on. Because guess what? Once you start, you're just going to start keeping up and going with more things that you are grateful for. And then in the day, the same way. Think of 3 things you can be thankful for that happened for you that day. You made it through the workday. You was able to complete a task that you've had on your to-do list for so long. You was able to actually have a great family night with your family and your spouse. Have that gratitude journal with you at all times. So when those things seem like they're just closing in on you, guess what? Go back to what you wrote in your gratitude journal. It will help to keep you pressing on and keep you encouraged, even with everything that is going on. The second tip that you can use in finding hope amidst chaos is defining healthy, safe boundaries. If you're an empath or highly sensitive like I am, it is very detrimental to you to constantly watch the news and the reports and what's on the news feed and what's on social media and looking at article after article after article on the internet. It is going to depress you because you know how to feel and empathize and relate to the pain of other people. And it will keep you down. But if you set boundaries for yourself each day of, okay, this is how much TV I'm going to watch. I'm only going to look at one news show. I'm only going to stay on social media for 30 minutes. I'm only going to look at things that are positive, so that gives you a chance to process and reevaluate everything that you saw or read, so that you can see how it is affecting you and why. Because when we constantly look at those things over and over and over again, we sometimes get to a point that we're so numb that we're just coasting through the day on autopilot. And that is not a way to live. That is not a way to let your emotions be suppressed. We are human and we were given emotions for a reason. And it is okay to not be okay. It is okay to be upset and angry about the inequality and disparities of what are going on right now. It is okay to be disheartened and to have your heart broken by what you are seeing. But the thing is, you have to also guard your mind and guard your heart from too much of it, because it'll end up changing you as well. And it might change you into something you don't even really want to be. So have boundaries as to what you allow into your space. That is how you can keep hope and peace in your environment, is you have to set the right boundaries of what can and what cannot be in your space, who can and who cannot be in your space. And the final tip of finding hope amidst chaos is have a right community of people around you. You need to have the right community around you so that you have someone else you can talk to when it gets to be too much. You have someone who's willing to give you a listening ear when you just need to vent it out, because it's not healthy to hold it all in. You need a right community around you that is going to keep you encouraged, that's going to keep empowering you, that's going to keep inspiring you, that's going to keep motivating you to see another day, to face another day, and to get through another day. Because we are the company we keep. And so back to tip 2, those boundaries, if we're having the wrong people around us, guess what? That toxicity is going to filter into us. And then we are going to start filtering it out as well. But if we are constantly around people that are pouring life into us and we're pouring life into them, there is no choice but for all of us to grow to our next level and win. And that is what keeps us going, keeps us persevering, keeps us persisting, keeps us to be tenacious and bold and still doing all that we need to do despite what's going on around us. So to go back over the 3 tips for finding hope amidst chaos is 1, gratitude. Have a gratitude journal and write down at least 3 things each day and each evening that you are thankful for, that will help take you away from what is going on that seems so wrong, and to help you focus on what is going right. Tip 2 was setting and establishing safe, healthy boundaries. Knowing what can and cannot be in your space. Knowing who and who cannot be in your space, so that you can keep your peace, your comfort, and your sanity through all that is going on right now. And finally, tip number 3 was having a right community around you. Having a group of people who are going to encourage you, going to empower you, going to inspire you, going to motivate you, and keep you accountable in love to still face each day with a smile on your face and to keep on pressing forward for all the vision, passion, and goals that you have for your life. I hope that these tips help you and that they are a blessing to you, and that helps you to keep still shining as the bright light that you are for all the world to see. And you can follow me at IMANIANDCO 2 at Facebook and on Instagram. Again, I'm Imani Harris, and I am a mentor and strategist for creative female entrepreneurs to help them be in alignment and intentional in creating the life and business they love. And I am a regional vice president here at Crown for Success. Take care. See you next time.
Thank you so much for tuning into the Boss Ladies Mindset channel powered by Crown for Success. Please tune in next week for another episode, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at RVPqueens, at The Girl Gang Confidential, at Crown for Success, at Strong Women Are Beautiful, and of course at Boss Ladies Mindset.